So how can I make a self-checking app? Maybe I would like to do something that I can drag a quadrilateral around, and when it's a rectangle, I could maybe have a little blurb show up that says it's correct. So make a rectangle. So I'll go to GeoGebra. It really doesn't matter which one I use, which applet I use. I could use the geometry app, but it's all the same. I'm going to use the graphing app because it has the algebra view already showing up for me. One thing I will do, I'll make that a little bit larger. I'm going to hide the axes. I'm going to standard view. And then I'm also going to change the grid so it's not showing just the major grid lines, not the minor grid lines. That'll be a little bit easier to do. And so let's make a polygon, and I will change the settings here so it's fixed to the grid. And so what I would like to do is I want a text box that says rectangle, and I want that to appear whenever these points make a rectangle. And I think the best way to do this might be to check slopes. So maybe check this slope and this slope are perpendicular, and maybe check this slope and this slope are perpendicular, maybe check that the opposite slopes are parallel. So there's a lot of things that we can do to make this work. So let's make a text box, and I will say rectangle. I'll click OK. And so I'm going to quickly, I did not mean to do that, excuse me. I am going to, I would like to show the labels of all the sides so it's easier to see. So I'm going to click on that. That's B, that is A, and that is C. So I'd like to compare the slopes. So I'd like these to be negative reciprocals of each other. All right, and I'd like maybe A and C to be the same. So let's put that tool away. And let's right click and go to the settings. And in the scripting, I'm sorry, not in the advanced tab is where I can place my condition to show the object. So what I would like is I would like the slope, I get spell slope of A to be equal to, that's double equal, slope of C, and slope of B is equal to the slope of D. And if those two conditions are true, then I only need to check that one angle is a 90-degree angle. So I will say the slope of A is equal to -1 divided by slope of B. Now we could run into some trouble here, especially if like the slope is 0. And there's probably a command that is like is perpendicular to. I could look for that, but we'll leave it as that. I'll press enter and we'll see what happens. And so if I just make this like that, 1 by 4, 1 by 4, 1 by 4, and it shows it to be a rectangle. I know that's a square. I know that's a square. If I make that 1 by 2, I can make that 1 by 2 and 1 by 2, and then I've got the rectangle to show up. So there's a little example from geometry. If you would like to learn more, let me know. Maybe we can set up a little Zoom session. And if you want to gather up a couple other folks, maybe we can get maybe a little larger group together.